Chicago Mayor Lightfoot, who has not been in the news for anything at all, is considering putting a dome on Soldier Field to keep the Bears around town.
Okay.
So now the Chicago Bears, Soldier Field might be domed up. And I've been talking about this for a long time. Every stadium should have a dome. Every stadium should have turf. Every stadium and environment should be 75 degrees, sunny, no wind at all. Let those punts fly through the stadium with the greatest of ease. There's no need for a little side wind or a headwind or a nightmare twisting circular tornadic wind in any stadium. Let the kickers live a little bit. Let the punters live a little bit. And let your fans know when they show up, go ahead and take the jacket off. Enjoy the moment a little bit. The Wi-Fi will be better with the roof on this thing. What an experience. So much better for football. AJ Hawk, your thoughts on every single stadium being a dome, every single stadium being 70 degrees, every single stadium having Wi-Fi, 100 up, 100 down.
Whoa.
What are your thoughts on that?
100 down is a lot. It's asking a lot. 100 down.
Well, that's why you put the dome in there, because
I will tell you,
boom, 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 boom.
It has fiber. Fiber runs through Soldier Field, so the internet's amazing.
Oh, think about how much better it'll get when it has a roof on it.
The question.
Oh, yes, that's football.
Wow.
That's what football
Is it a dome?
Let's go.
Is it a dome or is it a retractable roof? That's a big difference.
Well, I think it's going to be a dome.
If it's retractable, cool. So
They
we can
also
take it
said
out
they're
and play
going to
the
add
helmets.
20,000 seats in there, too.
They're gonna add 20? They got to build on then, right?
Yeah, so they would have to probably build up.
Or just make them all bleachers. That would add like 30,000 people.
That'd be
And
sweet.
if it's 70 and sunny every time, the bleachers are great.
Yeah, it'll be warm.
Bleachers are great. Football people are going to hate this. They're going to be so mad about this because Soldier Field is like one of those historic places.
But you know what? Sorry to cut you off. Wimbledon has retractable roofs now.
Sure.
Which that is like the most historic history.
Yeah,
like, hey,
Wimbledon.
we are
That's
so
England.
stuck up in snooty, and they have two of them, I think, in their main
Don't
courts.
compare Wimbledon to fucking.
Just real quick.
They both have like a great, rich history.
I have to
Right,
hate
Zeke?
Wimbledon. I have to hate Wimbledon because Wimbledon was on ESPN and ESPN2 while Joey Chestnut took out a protester and ate 63 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes, was on ESPN News. What are we doing? So I hate Wimbledon, even though I know the allure and the respect of it. But what you're saying is the olds have the ability to adapt, you're saying, with modern technology. You can still keep the greatness of the open roof whenever things are happening and nature happens, but at least have the option for if a game is going to be canceled or a game is going to be had like a Super Bowl or a massive game so that there is an actual field to play on, as opposed to letting weather dictate who wins, who loses. Who has the ball on one side of the field more than the other just because the wind is going a certain way? That Buffalo-New England game, although awesome, imagine if that's an AFC championship game or an NFC championship game. Nobody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to be pissed about it. I think that is why the dome or the retractable roof is going to grow in popularity going forward, but there's going to be so many people pissed off about it. There's going to be so many. This is that soft-ass football in the making that's been happening over the years. There's no more contact. You can't go helmet to helmet. You see very little concussions. And now they got roofs over Soldier fucking Field. I mean, I can already hear it happening, I think.
Yep.
Not in Heinz Field.
No, I'd fucking puke, dude.
Not in Lambeau.
Nope.
Not in
Buffalo.
Gillette. Not in
But
Buffalo.
no, but if you put a retractable dome on there, then it's a 12-month-a-year facility. And if Kanye wants to have a listening party in February, you can have it. So it also will make him a lot more money.
Don't care, don't want it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
You
that's
don't, but maybe the people of Chicago do. Zeke, what do they say?
Well, Mayor Lightfoot wants it. That means Chicago wants
Yeah,
it.
like she's never been in the news.
Oh, no. Mayor Lightfoot's a goddamn scumbag. If I could run for like a mayor to be in Chicago, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Who you want? You want Jussie to win?
We
What
want
do you want to do?
Zito. Zito, what is your deal?
Urlacher.
What is your problem?
Erlach would do well.
Listen, let's just, we don't know the Cutler. I just assumed Mayor Lightfoot is speaking for all of Chicago. So I apologize.
that too.
Yeah.
It's the mayor. Now, I can't think of this city and our mayor and whether or not he speaks for everybody in Indianapolis.
don't get me started. This mayor.
Not 100%
Oh,
sure.
this motherfucker.
But I mean, there has to be a lot of businesses that
But
are
Zeke,
not
do
thrilled
people
with
like
this.
the mayor there?
No. Hater.
Why?
Is that real or is that just your friends? Is that
That's a real thing. It's
everybody is against Mayor Lightfoot also?
Yes.
Is this a heel play?
Everyone-
is this a heel move by her saying I'm gonna put a dome on the stadium? Like, is this her buying into everybody hating her?
She's trying to get a Super Bowl, right? That's all she's
save
trying to
the
get.
team.
Yeah,
What
what
about
about
the
the
other
other
facility?
facility, the land they bought?
Arlington,
Yeah.
30 or 3 years or something like
What
that.
about
That's why she's doing this, because she wants to keep the Bears in the
So
city.
that brings the fans to you because we can't take the Bears out of Soldier Field, so she's bringing them back on her side. That's what she's doing.
Arlington Bears, though, going to have a retractable roof.
Yeah, and a
For
casino
sure.
and a hotel and a shopping mall.
Plaza,
and-
bring money to the city.
Yeah, exactly. They're
That
going to
the
make
Bears
40
own
million.
all of it.
Yeah.
They agreed to do
That's
the
a-
Arlington purchase in 2023, so the purchase hasn't gone through yet. There's an agreement to do it at a later date.
What does that mean? Is this like a Tepper in that one city in Carolina?
Yeah.
Like that type of deal? Where it's like, hey, we'll pay for this in the future together, right? Oh, you stop paying for it? Cool, we're not coming here. I filed bankruptcy. I ain't paying anybody. Get the fuck out of here. Somebody's going to have to clean up that building we partially built.
Yeah, like
That's
schedule
what happened with the
payments.
Panthers.
Sounds like agreed to terms, but have not signed the paperwork.
Oh, what a situation.
There's a lot of money involved.
Well, that's like in these negotiations that people have. They'll say, oh, we're on the 1 yard line. Well, there's some goal line defenses that are fucking really good.
Oh, yeah.
And that,
Compress the field is tough to score.
it's tough to score down there, especially with the way offenses are wide open right now. So in that 1 yard, 3 feet, 36 inches,
yeah.
there's a lot of things that you normally have to get through, and they're normally very small and they're very difficult. So agreeing to terms is good news, but it feels like they might be on 1 yard line. When people agree to terms, it's like, yeah, the overall is good, but we got to get into the finer details of this thing.
Phase zero.
And you might, phase zero has been complete, I think, at this point. But you might have A.J. Hawk on the other side playing goal line D.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And what happens when the big Ohio white with the long hair is doing Paul Mall flips up over the offensive line? You're on the 1 yard line, but you might not want to be on the 1 yard line. You'd rather be on the 7 or the 8 maybe, because now you're dealing with the nitty gritty at this point.
Yeah, and what happens when it's 4th and goal? You've made 3 stops, and then that same guy, he has a pass interference. And, he runs into the running back instead of blocking it. And then all of a sudden we got, 1st and goal on the 1 yard line. Now you got 4 more down. Sometimes it turns into an 8-down battle.
Well, if there's no
You trying to
time
talk
left
about
on the
me?
clock. There's no time left on the clock, though, I think.
Well, but, there's still an untimed down. So, 5th down.
Yeah, he's talking about waiting. You jumped over.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. That was a great win for the Packers.
That was a great
Appreciate
win
you.
for the. And
yeah, you didn't celebrate at all. You were too busy.
No, I
getting-
chased down the ref. Yeah.
Yeah, told him to fuck
He
himself.
still was dead wrong. He knows.
It was
He
Correnti.
knows. He is.
I don't know who it was.
It was Correnti.
Was it really?
No, it wasn't. But
Well, if it was Correnti, you start running at him, he would
would've.
back that thing up.
Yeah.
I forgot that was him.
Well, in the next play, anyways, AJ jumped over a lineman and ate somebody in the hole.
Well, that's what A.J. Hawk does, and that's what I'm talking about. Goal line is not necessarily the easiest,
You
but
got to
it's
strain a lot.
a lot of strain. Everybody, goal line.
Coaches say that strain through it. The rep, that's the thing. That registered with me.
Hey, goal line drill day. Everybody is mad. Everybody hates it. And
Head coach is super pissed if the defense does well and stop. Head coach is livid. So is the O-line coach.
Run it
too.
again!
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
gonna keep going. Okay, coach, cool. So we're gonna run until they score. I thought this is a drill, right? This isn't a competitive drill. Cool. All right, cool. I'm killing everybody. That's when everybody just starts submarining into the offense.
yeah, people start getting very upset on both sides. Normally, where a fight will begin.
Yeah.
Goal line drill day.
Usually starts D-line coach, O-line coach start yelling at each other. And then
Well, tell
D-line,
them to stay
O-line.
up.
Yeah.
Tell them to stay up. Well, tell them not to hold there. Tell them not to hold there. And then there's one little pop off. There's one little line that's
One
said,
push.
and then an extra after the whistle. One little off balance push, and then well, here we go. The entire team is
And
fighting.
everybody
each
is
other.
so tired too by that point that everyone is fighting super tired, and then the adrenaline dump after the fight, and then you have multiple reps that are just death after that.
There's yelling, there's screaming, there's hands slapping helmets, and then there's like 15 whistles going off. It is full pandemonium, and that is what the goal line drill brings.
That's right.
Which leads us back to our point. Being on the 1 yard line isn't necessarily a good thing.
No.
Should have scored before then. Should have got in.
So is this a message to Lori Lightfoot? Like, hey, 1 yard. Is she on the 1 yard line?
No.
Well, they agreed to terms.
she's
they
not on
haven't-
the field.
Yeah, she's on the
The
negative
Arlington
one.
Park is
They
on the
might
1
be in
yard
the
line.
high red zone. They might be in the high red zone.
getting
If
there.
they agreed to terms, they've gotten into the.
Hi, Red. You got some room to work with. Yeah, it's pretty good. Take a shot out there.
We'll get a retractable roof, maybe. No, we're thinking of dumb. Well, what about the parking lot? Well,
How much would like if they wanted to put a retractable roof on Soldier Field? What does that cost? $5 billion? I'm
not sure.
Like
So-
800 mil. That's just massive amount of engineering.
How much was this stadium? 1.8 billion, I think.
Yeah, and I believe the city paid for 1.75
That's
billion.
cheap. That's cheap compared to everything else.
Yeah, but we have the retractable roof, and they started from ground zero. So I would assume if you're just adding the retractable roof, I don't think it would. Maybe a couple-
500 mil.
Yeah, probably a few hundred.
Yeah.
25 to 50 million dollars. What's either just
Put a retractable roof
The,
on Soldier. No way.
Yeah,
That's,
but that's
just on a dome stadium project.
and
Oh,
that-
dome, not a retractable.
No, but that you also
that
got to
would
think
retractable.
about the foundation that they have to build off of Soldier Field to get
Yes.
the.
That's what I'm saying. It's way more than 50 mil.
I'll say $100 million.
Lucas Oil was $720 million.
People have
in
$100 million
2008.
houses.
2008, 720 million. That's it.
Yeah. And they to
build it?
Yeah, the city paid for 700.
If you
of
build it
but-
now, it would be $3 billion.
Yeah, but we've also
Well, what they're trying to get to is
yeah.
we learned a lot about a lot of
Taxes.
things.
You want the taxes to pay for it.
Paid for the whole
Well,
If we don't get 2 Super Bowls, I want to pick it in the whole entire thing out front of Lucas Oil Stadium.
Would
That
you want the
wasted
Super
my
Bowl
fucking
here?
Money.
oh, it was awesome here.
Yeah.
It
I
was
actually was
awesome.
here. I didn't go to the game, but I was in the parking lot.
So the weather was perfect.
Yeah.
So that weather has yet to happen since then in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was really nice.
65 degrees. Everything was
They
wide
got lucky
open.
in New York
February?
as well.
No
Yeah.
rain, no snow.
I was tailgating with a
Jesus.
company I did a sweet bus. It was like a marketing thing I was doing, so I got to hang out and tailgate outside the stadium. And yeah, I was thinking, looking back, it was February and it was awesome.
They had a zip line through the city.
Sweet.
No,
Yeah.
if that zip line is in actual Indianapolis when it normally is, that's 25 degrees on that zip line. So you can go ahead and knock off at least 15 degrees. Because when you're on a motorcycle, they say knock off like 20 degrees. That zip line not going as fast as a motorcycle, but it is suspended up in the sky a little bit more. So probably take off like 15 degrees. Would probably be about 10 degrees. Ain't nobody getting on that fucking zip line.
Remember Minnesota?
Oh, so cold. So
I don't think
so-
they should have cold weather Super Bowls.
Well, that's the enticement of building a new stadium, though. That's why you can get taxpayers to
But
give
the
up.
Super Bowl is about everything surrounding the game for the week leading up to it. All the money, all the parties, all the people that spend all the cash that support the NFL.
For you as a fan and as a former player, that's the case. But the NFL is like, hey, if you will get taxpayer money to make our stadiums better, we'll give you a Super Bowl.
I mean, the NFL figured it out.
They got it
Raj has it figured out. You're right.
Completely figured out.
Well, and that's why Arlington Park has to happen because we've talked about how like all this money like Jerry World makes and like Patriots Place, like every team probably wants to have their own little almost community around their stadium where they can have people in for the entire day and weekend.
In those owners' meetings, when they were going through the amount of money that would be fined to the other team if a non-vaccinated player starts a spread of COVID and the game gets canceled, Jerry Jones like, fuck, you're gonna have to pay me 77 fucking million. Everybody, 77 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. Parking lot, casino, fucking stadium.
Yeah, hotel.
Like, these go-go dancers getting tips. Where do you think those tips come? Right back to old Uncle Jerry. You fucking got it. And then the Patriots are like, yeah, we're going to need like 55 million or 60 million. And you got these teams that don't own the property around the stadium, don't own the stadium at all. They're looking at these owners going, you're making how much?
The other owners are laughing at him. For sure. Like,
Yeah.
what do you wait? You don't have this?
Yeah.
You better figure out a way
Yeah.
to start this process.
But that's exactly what everybody's doing right now. Everybody is trying to find.
When I was ending in Green Bay in like 2014 or 15, whatever it was, they were starting that whole deal of they had bought up a lot of the land and now it's awesome. They got the hill, the
Bars.
bars.
Yeah.
They own it all now, which it's good
200
for
million a
everybody.
year.
It's a win-win. It's a win-win for the fans and them. I mean, who knows how much money Green Bay
200
brings
million
in.
a year. That's what they had to file.
That's what we know. I mean, but then hey, let's open up some stock sale. Here we go. There's another 80 mil cash infusion.
Yeah, that happened just 2 weeks ago. They
Piece of
opened up.
paper.
And then you take that and you build new suites on the one end zone. Oh, cool. Here we go.
And no owners taking.
It's awesome.
Anything.
It's pretty awesome. Hey, it's a great spot.
So you have the ability to pay anybody anything you want to pay them.
Yeah.
So that's why I always wondered, like, well, they offered Devontae Adams more money than.
Yeah, they
than the
did.
Raiders.
That was more longevity.